Even before the announcement of ChatGPT back in November of last year, I was a believer that artificial intelligence is the most transformative technology of our generation. I was already seeing that. I was running Obsidian Strategy, working with clients across all kinds of industries. I was head of Amazon Web Services Machine Learning Solutions Lab, working for helping companies across all industries identify their high impactful AI applications and having meaningful impact. And that was before generative AI. It was using machine learning, which is a subset of artificial intelligence that uses math and statistical processes to create models to pour over vast amounts of data to identify trends and to make predictions. And so why was the opportunity ripe even before ChatGPT? A couple factors. The power of computing increased significantly. The price of computer storage plummeted. So everybody's storing everything forever. So lots and lots of data. And there were algorithmic improvements so that now you could develop these models, could pour over vast amounts of data to gain insights to make predictions. So what were we doing? We were predicting medical ailments, congestive heart failure, 15 months before clinical or physical manifestation. We're making predictions about customer demand to provide better service. We were accelerating drug discovery. We were predicting the occurrences of solar superstorms. This was based upon, for the most part, data that was not publicly available. It was within organizations. It was at NASA. It was within companies. These predictions were narrower predictions. They were not generating content. So, fast forward to November of last year. ChatGPT launches its large language models, generative AI, trained on 45 terabytes of data, combing over data sources from a variety of sources, including Wikipedia, books, web pages, basically the substantial entirety of the internet, okay? So now we have something very fundamentally different. These models can now do something that is quintessentially human. It can create, it can generate. It's not just making narrow predictions based upon data. That is a fundamental change and a very powerful and impactful change in terms of the applications that will result. At a minimum, with these generative chatbots, it's a good conversationalist, it's a good generalist on a vast array of topics. However, when you use the generic large language models and you begin to refine and train it with extremely valuable data within organizations, I predict you are going to see incredibly powerful and impactful tools used by businesses to transform the way the businesses are done. Right now, we have a generalist, but you provide and combine that with the proprietary knowledge and information within a company, and I think that's where you'll see the unlocking of the power. So this generative AI technology will absolutely increase all of our productivity. It will augment, I believe, human creativity, and it will be an accelerant and an augmenter of all of our capabilities. So if you think about it, the word processor and what it did for writing, the personal computer, as mentioned, and what it has done for our productivity, and even the mobile phone that I have in my pocket, I don't have to keep all those phone numbers and all my calendars in my head. It has augmented my human capability. That's what generative AI is going to do for all of us. But I'm also a lawyer, and I'm also a former governmental official, so I see clearly the importance of having the appropriate guardrails in place to ensure that these solutions can't be perfect, as fair, as responsible, and as free as bias as possible. And I will say, as the former Undersecretary and head of the US Patent and Trademark Office, I cannot help but think, what about all those intellectual property rights? What rights did OpenAI get when it scraped the web, created these large language models that provide all these wonderful insights? What about all those creators of content, copyrighted content? And there are going to be inventions that are made by a computer. And the patent office is saying, no patent protection unless it's human generated. And the copyright office is saying, we're not going to register non-human created expressions. So we got a lot of issues ahead of us. I'm an optimist. We will navigate it. We have done it through many transformational technologies, but that's why convenings such as this are so important, because we need all of your contributions to get it right. I'm an optimist. We can get it right. I think this will lead to a good place, but we have to be aware of all these unknowns that we have yet to be navigated, regulatory, legal policy, and so forth. So I look forward to the conversation tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.